Bruh. Defense. Soft.
Oh,
I'm tired of seeing the offensive linemen pushing our D-line 2-3 yards deep. We're undisciplined or poorly coached or both. We have a horrible defensive scheme. It's trash. It's garbage. We can't adjust at halftime. It's non-existent. Or we're just being outcoached or both.
Huddle up, Steelers Nation. Let's talk Steelers. I'm Tank. He's Mike, the former NFL quarterback, live on tape. Actually, we film on Tuesday. The show's on Sunday. I don't know what you call that. From Cigars International here in Bridgeville. What the Fraggle Rock is going on is the quote of the week by Debo James Harrison. What the Fraggle Rock, said James Harrison, of this Steelers defense mostly. Did you see that? He went off.
He's not happy with the defense.
Nobody's happy with the defense.
And obviously they gave up a big play and a busted coverage, single safety, cover 3. And no one covered the seam right up the field. And a big touchdown by DJ Moore. So that's the one that kind of sticks out the most. You don't get guys that open in the NFL. I mean, and
the Bears were just...
They had the perfect play call. They had, 4 verts called versus cover 3. I mean, and no one carries number 2. Can't get any easier for Caleb Williams than that.
Hey, in our second segment, Mike played at the highest level for the Lions and Eagles at quarterback. We're going to talk about what is cover 2, what is cover 3, what is 2-man high, because I know a lot of you out there watch the show. You don't know what the terms really mean. Then we're going to get into how it lets the Steelers down against the Bears, quite arguably against the Bills this weekend too. I want to go back to what happened in Chicago. Mike, a couple weeks ago, I told you the defensive line was not getting off the ball. They weren't attacking. I mean, it was really prevalent against the Bears this week. They're not getting any drive off of the ball, whether it be on passes, whether it be the run game. I don't know what's being coached to this defensive line right now. They've got to get better pressure.
You say that, but at the same time, the other teams are professional athletes as well.
I get
They've got good scheme, and Steelers came away with the defensive touchdown, actually. So you can't be too upset with them when the defense gets, 7 points for you.
I'm very upset with them because Cam Hayward held out for a big-time contract, more money. TJ's getting paid more money, all right?
He's got
your number one record. I love that, though. That was a brilliant play, and that's what you expect from TJ. I expect more from your first-round draft choice, Mr. Harmon. Look, that's a snot-knocker position. They basically have Harmon, your number 1 draft choice, playing nose guard. I need you to do something. Dominate the lineman in front of you. Go find the ball. Go hunt. Go eat. It's not overcomplicated. I'm really disappointed in the defensive line, although Benton is having a decent season. This all dominoes defensively. Now we're going to get into something that everybody's screaming about. You've heard me scream about it going back to Matt Canada. Where is the middle of the field, both offensively and defensively? And I want to go to defense right now. Patrick Queen needs to be put on the bench. You either got to go with Sawyer to complement Peyton Wilson, or you got to go with Harrison to complement him. Peyton Wilson is a covered linebacker, right? You need a hard thumper in there to stop a running game. They did a good job against the Bears.
Yeah, they held the Bears to 99 yards rushing. So, they kept them under 100.
They did, and we expected much more out of the two-headed Hydra with Swift and the Mongoose there against the Bears. But, Mike, for 2 years you've heard me talk about Patrick Queen. He is ineffective on run. He is ineffective on run. He gets stuck behind the big lineman. He stops in the hole. You heard James Harrison talk about it on his podcast this week, that there's no spatial awareness with the pass coverage of the Steelers. I've talked about it time and time about Patrick Queen. I don't know whether he doesn't have periphery vision or what it is. He'll let a tight end run right through his zone, no hands on him, let him go, he makes a catch. The Steelers have to commit to a linebacker combination that provides you a thumper that's going to light people up, like Sawyer, like Harrison, and Peyton Wilson. The center of the field is wide open.
Well, you look at, that they got the defensive touchdown. They did a decent job stopping the run. To me, it is the pass defense a little bit. You see the wide open touchdown to DJ Moore. On paper, I thought the defense, did a pretty decent job. But when you do see it, you do see no disruption at the line of scrimmage. They call the illegal contact after 5 yards. So you're allowed to disrupt before that, and when you do that, it disrupts the timing of the passing game. Multiple times, you have a young year 2 quarterback, first year in the system. Obviously, you have an offensive genius on the other side, head coach Ben Johnson, working with this young quarterback. So he's not going to be perfect. He's going to make mistakes. He's elusive. He can make guys miss, get out, and save some plays. But multiple times, you saw him kind of throw some bad throws behind his receivers, and that game could have got away from the Steelers a little bit. I thought the defense held up. I thought Caleb Williams missed a few throws, but the key is that getting them jammed at the line of scrimmage, being a little like what you talked about, the spatial awareness in the passing game. There were some throws missed. However, the Bears made enough plays at the end to pull it out. Is it all the defense? No. Can the defense be fixed? Yes, it absolutely needs to be fixed if you want to go deep in the playoffs and have a playoff run and then go try to win a Super Bowl.
Playoffs?
But you look, that division right now is struggling.
Did you see Mr. Burrows came back?
And listen, we don't know what happened. We're filming on Tuesday. Thursday night, Bengals-Ravens play, and the Bengals aren't even out of it yet. There's still a chance for them to get in it with 2 wins. So there's a lot in this division right now that's there. Obviously, they didn't have Rodgers. I thought Mason Rudolph did a pretty decent job numbers-wise. Yeah. However, as managing the game, I don't know if you saw the clip. On the offensive side, you saw Rodgers on the sideline. Oh, my goodness, they're in the wrong formation. So that little stuff, having that veteran can get guys lined up. But again, you saw them, lined up in the wrong formation, 2 guys off the ball in an illegal formation, basic football, 101. It's taught at the high school level. You expect high school kids to make that mistake. Actually, I don't expect that to be. I get pissed when that happens. So when you're doing it at the professional level, that needs to be fixed. And that's just a lack of awareness, football knowledge on the players' part. That is taught by coaches. But at the same time, the players got to pay a little bit more attention. They got to lock in during the week. They got to realize what is a legal formation, what is not. Same thing on the defense. Where is the spatial awareness? And when you get a guy running right down the middle of the field on a seam route for a gimme touchdown, that is on the defense. Again, defensive touchdown, huge. You don't get those too often. When you do that, you typically win those games. However, there was too many other mistakes here and there. They did a decent job stopping the run early. You saw them the Bears had some key runs later in the game, but then you saw Caleb Williams able to find some guys and make some good enough throws to beat the Steelers.
All right, the middle of the field. Let's switch to the Steelers offense when we come back for the next segment. Again, the middle of the field on the Steelers offense.
Middle of the field.
Middle of the field. So you have an end zone, some hash marks. What's in the middle, Mike?
Are you talking deep middle or intermediate middle?
When we come back to segment number 2 here from Let's Talk Steelers, Mike and I are going to talk about the lack of attacking the middle of the field and explain a little bit what cover 2 and cover 3 is.
Who is that man with the big cigar?